On October 4th, 1952, Evans Field became the legendary meeting place for the CA Braves and their foe. Doc Evans was born in Canandaigua and attended CA in 1907. In 1919, Evans became the athletic director for Canandaigua Academy. He was most notably recognized as CA's head basketball coach for nearly 3 decades. A man of great integrity, T. Harlan Evans became a legend in Canandaigua sports, coaching several other teams including baseball, track, soccer, tennis, and cross-country running. Evans died on November 1st, 1952 in his home on Fort Hill Avenue, not far from his namesake, Evans Field.
Anybody that knows Canandaigua, anyone that played it on Evans Field, knows it's a special feeling to play at Evans Field. And there's a certain, it kind of is right in the center of the community, and all those little kids growing up said, I want to play for the Braves, and they dreamed of playing on Evans Field.
I saw Coach Foster for the first time. I saw the practices he ran out on Evans Field, and I lived right across the street, so it was interesting to walk over the first time and see these kids that were humongous with their Canandaigua uniforms on, and there were 60 or 70 kids on the football field, and I remember being intimidated at first, and then once I saw what was going on, I realized that this was going to be my opportunity. This is what I always wanted.
Evans Field is a place where it's basically been like hallowed ground here for Canandaigua. It's a great setting within the community of Canandaigua. We've had some tremendous games here.
And when I finally got the opportunity to play as a sophomore, I realized how special the game of football was, and I realized how passionate people at Canandaigua were about it. And to me, that was everything I needed, because that's how I felt about the game. A lot of people before me, there were great players through the 40s, 50s, and 60s. When we got there, we knew what the dynasty was all about.
This guy here, he'd run wild out here today if he was still 18 years old. They couldn't stop him. But we had a lot of downfield blocking. We used to be able to throw cross body blocks all over the place. That would spring a lot of people.
But I started going to the games on Saturday. I just couldn't wait to be a high school football player, and for halftime when you could go out there like the little kids do today and throw the football around, and back then you had guys like Bruce Bridgman and those guys, Chuck Munson, and you would think, I'll be Chuck Munson or somebody today, and somebody tackle me, and and it goes on today with the little kids. Really nothing's changed that way with the kids.
Playing at Evans Field was great. It was a great tradition. I used to go up there and watch my brothers play, and so getting up there to play was was something special. And even today I go back and I sort of get goosebumps when I walk on the field.
I've been watching football here in Canandaigua since probably 58, 59 when I was a little kid, and then have an opportunity to see the kids in front of me playing. You just kind of have that spirit about you, and that whole idea of wanting to wear the cherry and gray and wanting to play for Canandaigua, and having the opportunity to do so for 4 years, and then have an opportunity to come back and coach here for so long was just it was just a great thing for me.
It's such a great place, and the community just backing with stuff they write on barns, and the decks built up and people watching the games. It's just a really, really fun, cool high school football atmosphere. There's no other place like it in the world as far as I'm concerned.
As fall approaches each year, the memories of the past are brought alive with dreams of today on Evans Field.
Well, there's a uniqueness to Evans Field. I mean, if you look at a lot of the schools around the area that would be comparable in size, say there's just a mystique about it, and you took a lot of pride going out on the field. The way that it's kind of in a bowl, and there's homes right there where it's a Saturday afternoon, and the smell of the grass freshly cut, and the hot dogs cooking, and the band is coming down the street. And
even when we weren't playing, the games we weren't playing in, they'd have them come up and perform, and it was unbelievable. And the community, when the band was playing, people went to see them just like they did the football team. It was really a big thing.
It's just an environment that it's ingrained in you, and even today, I'll hear certain things, the band at a certain game or whatever, and it automatically triggers, a memory of playing at Evans Field.
And I see these kids now, my grandson, playing, and it just brings back a flood of memories right here on Evans Field. It's the most wonderful times of your life, and you got to enjoy every minute of it.
There's no place like home. Evans Field the environment there is just excellent. All of our football forefathers played there. We don't play on some hill. We play on Evans Field.
Evans Field, was just a great place to play. It was one of the finer facilities in the league, and just to go on and put the cherry and gray colors on every Saturday afternoon and go out there and represent Canandaigua and the school district and the community, there was no better feeling.
Evans Field is such a fantastic place and is steeped in history, and it's just such a special place. It's unique. There's no place in upstate New York like this. We feel right at home, of course. This is quite literally, in some cases, our backyard. It's got character and a personality all of its own, and one that you just can't find in other places. It's almost hallowed ground, if you will. And I love getting here at Evans Field early and smelling the fresh cut grass and seeing the dew on the grass and the fresh painted lines. It just brings back all kinds of memories. We're just very lucky to be here and have this for us and for our children.
I played with the Canandaigua Braves, classes of 79 and 80. Actually, we were the first teams to play for Mike Foster, and we started the winning tradition here at Canandaigua with Mike Foster's helm anyway. But it's a lot of tradition here at Canandaigua. We like to come here and support the teams, and there's nothing better than being here on a Saturday afternoon watching Canandaigua kick some butt.
I also played here in the fall of 76 and 77 as a Brave on Evans Field, and there was no better feeling than coming here and playing on a Saturday afternoon, a great day. It's a great place to be.
You walk out now and you still get the goosebumps you got as a player. You still see people out on the street that you played with or whatever, and everybody still wants to be a part of Canandaigua football.
And what could be better than this? Our kids out here, the families get together. I love them. They come up and take care of our veterans, and they play host to them. There's so much that our kids are doing.
Check them, get the legs, go! Come on.
Brings back a lot of great memories. Of course, we played here on Evans Field. Some of these guys here, of course, it's a little beyond our time right now, but when I was involved with Frank A. Baker football, a lot of these guys through the CA years, we saw them graduate and play football. So it brings back a lot of memories, goes back a long way.